What's going on? Hopefully that holds. Yeah, what's up, Titan? I just got my food. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So I just ordered some chicken parm. Wait for some more people to join. Could be better. Always could be better. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Smash that like button. How's everybody doing? Waiting for some more people to join. What's going on, Larry Jr.? What's going on? What's going on? Smash that like button. Hola. What's up, Chris Dubro? So I just went and I got a chicken parm. Last night I didn't eat dinner. I wasn't really hungry. And tonight I don't really have much of an appetite, but I gotta eat something. Is it clickbait? No. So as soon as it became official, I wanted to tell you guys. Yeah, I'm done driving for the day. But it definitely is not easy. It is not clickbait. Just waiting for some more people to join the live. How old am I? I am 32. Just waiting for some more people to join because I started the live kind of early. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Larry Jr., that's a very good question. So you put my phone outside and get TikTok notifications. 1 second. So yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. So I just got broken some bad news today, guys. It's I'm trying to get to the news right now. How long would the live stream go on for? I don't know. Depending on how many questions y'all have. So I just got the news today that Penske is raising their rates to an unaffordable price for me and my company. So the beginning of next week, we're gonna be turning in our keys and our trucks. What's up, Tony? Yep. So we can no longer afford the rental rates. They have doubled. They have doubled the rate that we currently pay. So right now we're paying without mileage. It's about $12 to $12.50 a week, and they want, I think, $2,250 a week, and which is still less than what they're getting from other companies by like $500 because I called another Penske today. And I called another Penske today and they wanted 27 and some change. And that's per week. That's not including mileage, taxes, insurance, fuel.
How is everything?
So, the beginning of next week, uh, what's up, Bishop? I'm glad to hear that you're safe, man. Yeah, Titan, but the thing is, it's like I work, I work my butt off to build this legacy, man. And if you guys, yep, everything's going up except pay. So the other half of it is that I've applied for loans. I've gotten denied across the board. Um, they want like 20% down. They want me to put up something for collateral. Before I opened up a couple of company credit cards to keep my business afloat, my credit score was like I think 740 or 760, but I haven't been irresponsible enough to owe money to people to have to pay it back. Everything I've ever purchased has been with cash, so it it kind of screwed me in the long run because I've been responsible with my money, but um, you know, I tried everything. I really did. What's my favorite truck? Currently, I don't have one. Thank you, Extreme Dirt Racing. I appreciate it. How many employees and trucks do I have? So I have two contracted employees and I have two trucks. One for me and one for my driver. We are eating some chicken parm. I'm at like a diner. What's up, Snipezilla? So, Gamer One. I'll screenshot that lobby. Yeah, most of these finance companies, they want me to put like 20% down, and I just don't have it. Thank you, Titan. So, all of this stuff has been going on behind the scenes for quite a few months already. But this time around, there's no escaping it. It's yeah, like I said, they want like over $2,000 a week, and we're barely scraping by with what we're paying now. The market is not the best market. Like, I think I would have done better if I owned a truck, but the problem is that when I did have the money to buy my own truck, if I would have put that money down, I would have been all in. So once you buy a truck, you're financially responsible for it, and if it break down or something, then you're responsible for that as well. So when I did have the money to buy a truck, um, it would have been all the money I had ever saved up, and I just didn't have the financial backbone to cover the truck in case of a flat tire or in case of a DPF system issue or something like that. I just I didn't have the means, I didn't have the money. I don't know what the SBA is. Daz asked, what made you get into deliveries for the type of vehicle you drive? Um, I've answered that numerous times, but basically, one way, shape, or form, whether it's raw material or finished product, whether it's the pasta that I'm eating, the silverware I'm using, my phone charger, furniture I'm sitting on, one way, shape, or form, raw material, finished product, it's been moved by an 18 wheeler. I don't know who those people are under wraps. Larry Jr., the price the price is appealing to the mega corporations because they're the only ones that can afford to pay that. Steve Fielder asked, "Are you going back to delivering lumber?" I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have to start looking for a job next week. My girlfriend Julia, she helped me locate some jobs. The only thing is, I don't really like driving trucks. I just do it for the money. But my team, I wouldn't trade them for the world, and that's what breaks my heart the most is that I built this. I put all this together. I sacrificed. And I get nothing out of it. And all the money that I made, I could have went and been selfish and bought a house and all of this stuff, but instead I chose to give people jobs. I chose to give back. I chose to keep providing for you guys here on YouTube and keep creating content for you guys to love and enjoy and watch because that's what I do. And even though even though there was a time on YouTube we weren't really making money. Like I'm talking about this year after being monetized, like for months I have not been able to pay myself from YouTube because something happened and can't really get into it, at least not on this uh, platform. But something happened where I haven't been able to really make any money. So it's like all the walls are closing in on me at the same time. So I figure if I go work with someone else, it'd be less stressful because my taxes will be a lot simpler. And if I work for a local company, I can be home every night, be with my family. Which if you guys don't know, I do regional now, but comes when I go home this weekend, I'm gonna have to clean out my truck and drive around with the bare minimum essentials. Um, I got a delivery I got to do Monday, and probably either Monday afternoon or Tuesday I'll be returning the truck, and then that'll be the end of it. So. Yeah. Thank you, Joe Black. I appreciate it. Lobby, no, I haven't. I don't know. So I have Patreon, and it's just so hard because, a lot of the content that I don't want to put it behind a paywall because then it's hidden from the people that can't afford to pay for it. And I've been trying to keep up with the content on there, but a lot of it I want everyone to see. I hear you, lovey. Eric, I'm pretty much all tapped out, man. Yeah, I don't. I've never learned how to type. I'm sure there's, an art to it, but thank you, Bishop. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see what time it is. Excuse me. What time are you close? You want me to just take this to go? It's 8:10. Okay. All right, I'll be done soon. Yeah. So, um, thank you, Steve. So, all the deposits and stuff that I put up for the equipment, I got a good chunk of money coming back, but it doesn't take away from having my own team. Being able to provide for me and mine. Thank you, Steve. hmm Local government, yeah. I was thinking about that. So I mean, I have a few options. Yeah, we stopped doing that. Ed Logan said the same thing with HD. Yeah, we stopped doing that account last year, October. Thank you, babe. So wow, that's pretty cool, Michael. Yeah, the thing is, it's like it's been down for a while, man. Like I've had three businesses fail, and it's not even me. Well, I wouldn't even say fail. It's just they didn't work out, you know. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but
I'm just gonna leave this here for you.
okay. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it was a fail. It's just the market just isn't right for what it is. Um, ever think of sales? Yeah, I mean, I could sell, but it's just besides you guys, I don't really deal with people. I don't really, I love kids. I do. You guys see what I do for the kids, but when it comes to like the general population like that, no, I'd rather be alone. I don't want to do retail because once you have been your own boss for so long, your tolerance for BS is just it goes way down, way down. I did retail. I worked at Target for a few years ago. Car detailing, no, I'm good. I don't want to deal with sales. I don't want to deal with people. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, you did Walmart? Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe that you did Walmart. What's up, Ben? They put a lot of food in here. I love you too, Chris. So, for everyone that's just tuning in, so for everyone that's just tuning in, I got the email today that Penske, which is the rental company that we rent with, that we've been renting with since we first started our first initial company, Safa Delivery, back in 2019. Um, we've been renting with them since 2019. Um, they are basically doubling the rate on the truck that we have with them, and we can't afford the new rate. And even with the doubled rate, they're still giving it to us cheaper than what they're charging everyone else. So um, we're paying roughly about 1,200, 1,250 a week, give or take, with my without mileage, which they charge extra for. That's not including the rental cost for the trailer, not including, excuse me, mileage on the trailer. And I have two trucks, two trailers out with them, and they're basically doubling the rate. And uh, we we don't have the money to keep renting with them. It's the amount of money that we're paying now and the way that the market is. It's not sustainable. Like, we're barely scraping by as is. Like, we just started making a profit. With the amount of with the amount of money that we dish out, banks and people that are like financial institutions, they can see that our payment history is on point and no one will give us a loan to buy equipment. So this weekend is the end of the company. Thank you, Mary. What's up, Olivia? So, um, we've been fighting. We've been fighting the rate increases because um, nationwide. I'm not here. I'm not going to justify you know another company's action, but at some extent, I do understand what's going on. But the cost of everything is going up. Inflation is crazy, and the only thing that's not increasing is our pay. So Chris and I, my driver on here, we calculated that at the amount of time that we put into these deliveries and the amount of time that we waste at the shippers, the receivers, all of that, we're making less than $20 an hour. And you know, you know, when I first met Chris, I would say it had to be like 2017. Um, we didn't hit it off right away. He couldn't stand me, but over the years, building that relationship with him, and he told me when he found out that my second company was failing, that he wanted to become a driver on board. So naturally, I signed him right up. And normally, I don't do business with friends, and I don't do business with family because that's how you know you don't mix those. But I told Chris, I said, dude, business will always be business, and our friendship will always be friendship. And we had that agreement. And when him and we got word that all this stuff was going down, we made a pact that we'll just ride it to the. Uh, we will ride it till the wheels fall off. So, Yeah, Gamer One for sure. But see, that's what I like about doing this kind of stuff because I get to share with you guys anything, you know. Thank you, Johnny, but it's like I can't, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the options are. The options are extremely limited. Um,
Is it okay if I grab this so he can go to the register?
yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
I put the tip on the receipt for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, I mean, the options are just pretty much go work for someone else and keep creating content for YouTube, but you know, I don't know. I don't know, you know, what else, you know, I don't know what else to do. You know, I don't mind traveling, you know, driving a big rig to travel and explore and do stuff is really hard because it's really limited where I can fit and stuff. And, you know, I'm a one man band creating content for you guys. And I've been trying to secure some other stuff, some cool projects that will be funded from YouTube. Yeah, some cool projects that will be funded from YouTube and the money that I make from YouTube, but you know, I can't, you know, the amount of money that I've spent last year and this year keeping my businesses afloat, a lot of that money came from YouTube. So I owe it to you guys, really. So, you know, because of all the amount of views and the amount of revenue that we made last year, you know, I was able to, you know, I know you guys remember Nicole, but, you know, I was able to give Nicole a job with doing stuff for YouTube and to help her out. I was able to hire a full-time editor, a part-time editor, an animator, a drone pilot, and you know, I still had a bunch of ideas that I wanted to do. Like just the other night, you know, I decided to not edit. I decided to not go on live, not go on Instagram, not go on TikTok, and you know, a lot of people have been asking me about the intro and how did I come up with the idea for that, and I'm like, that's just the beginning. You know, you guys don't understand the vision that I have for the channel. You guys don't understand, you know, what it was made out to be and the story behind everything. You know, some of you guys just found out where the phrase what's up Frank came from. Y'all didn't know. So So with you know, so the other night, instead of coming on live, instead of editing, I was writing down and I was brainstorming more ideas, because ultimately my goal for this channel was to become a network and to hire a bunch of content creators to constantly bring you guys new and exciting content, all family friendly, something for you guys to watch. And then, if Nicole wanted to pursue the cooking thing, and really that was my idea, and I kind of talked her into doing it, and she seemed like she had a blast doing it. And of course I would pay her for her time, I would pay for all the ingredients, I would reimburse her for everything. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was paid, everyone was fed, and I took care of me and I took care of mine. So, at least I know at the end of it, everyone that was on my team has always been taken care of to the best of my ability. So this is the load I'm delivering tomorrow. So I think that's granite, if I'm not mistaken. Paperwork says about 48,000 pounds. I don't think it weighs that much, but I could be wrong. And I recorded a crazy video for you guys today. One of my straps actually ripped. It was this one. I actually had like a nice cut in the strap. It was like right where the wood is, so I had to replace it while I was on the side of the highway. You guys want to hear a crazy story? I'm gonna tell you guys a crazy story that is gonna sound so crazy. I'm gonna try to think of my bottle of water. So alright, so hang on, I'm just trying to fix my wire really quick. I'm gonna tell you guys probably the craziest story y'all ever heard. Like from me. Make sure you guys smash that like button because it's about to get real. It's about to get real. This isn't just for YouTube. Just I don't care about none of that. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna tell you what it was, and I'm gonna let you guys know, and I'm gonna let you guys in on something from my personal life. From my personal life. It has nothing to do with, it doesn't really have anything to do with YouTube. It doesn't really have to do anything with anybody else but me and mine, right? So, this kind of goes back into my family lineage and stuff like that. So, I could give you guys the really long version, but I'll do the short version tonight. So, I would say probably about, if I had to guess, about 2 years ago, maybe 3. My mother found out that her mother, my grandmother, had lied to her about who her father was. And there was a bunch of stuff that went on behind closed doors that my mom, it just came to light a few years ago. And the guy who my mother was told that was her biological father, before he passed away from, I forget the illness, it might have been cancer or something, she was able to do a DNA test with the guy. Comes to find out that wasn't her father. Now, mind you, I have my mother's last name, and after the DNA test came back, it was discovered that my mother's, the guy that my mother was named after is not her real father. I appreciate all the love, all the donations, guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share this live stream, bro. So, the guy that my mother was named after is not her biological father. The story goes on, but the rest of the story is the long version, which you guys don't really need to know about. But the short end of the stick is that I have my mother's last name, and the last name is Safford, and the last name technically doesn't even belong to her. Like, that is not, you know, the guy with the last name Safford that she was named after is not her biological father, which means that is not my biological grandfather. That means that my last name starts and ends with me, because this is a new bloodline. This is why I went so hard. So everything that I did, everything that I put up, everything that I put up with is because this last name is mine. It started with me. And out of everyone in my family that I know, close relative or not, I'm the only person that I know with the amount of the amount of established businesses that did what I did, that made an impact like I did. So, if you're just joining us live, this is my this is my legacy. So the reason why I went so hard, the reason why I still go so hard, the reason why, I'm striving to become something of myself and to make a name for myself. Like, it's crazy because, and this isn't to brag, this isn't to boast, but because of my YouTube channel, because of this Diamond S, because of the brand, people know me. There's times when Chris goes out and he gets approached by people asking if he works for me. And the answer is that no, he doesn't. He works with me. And so before I was a nobody, this name didn't really mean a thing. But when I used to do the XPO and Home Depot contracts, when people heard my name and they read my name on that list to come through and pick up merchandise, they didn't want to see me there because they knew I was problems if their merchandise wasn't safe and it wasn't up to spec and it wasn't up to par. They never wanted to deal with me. My market managers used to send me to problem child stores whenever they needed me to go there and stir the poop pot, when I needed to get downright grimy and dirty and play the game by the rules and play the game by the book. They knew that I was the guy to do it. So stores would tell my old market manager, not to send me there no more. That they'll fix their ways and they'll get better. They didn't want to see me. Why? Because they knew that I was a problem. And it wasn't that I was a problem, it was just I was a solution that they didn't want. So this name, if you guys don't know, this name, it starts with me. What's up, Pegasus? And see, Peggy in the comment section, like she's seen everything that we went through, you know. Like she knew my stress and I knew hers, and I would help her out when I could, and she knew I was always there to help them out. And if she didn't have stuff ready for that day, I knew it wasn't her because she's just coming in at 5 a.m. to the crap show that the store was. I knew that, and she knew that I knew that. So I wouldn't really give her a hard time. And she used to always tell me, like, yo, if you don't feel like waiting, just let me know. I'll continue to do what I'm doing, and we'll just reschedule the orders. But you know, it just sucks that, and full disclosure, we just started making profit after about a year and a half, almost 2 years of being in business. We just started making profit. I have been dumping every, I have been dumping a lot of money to keep my trucking business afloat. And you know what? Even when things weren't going good on my side, I still made sure I provided for me and mine, and I still made sure I looked out for people, and I still made sure I did. Again, this isn't to boast and it's not to brag, but you know, I knew that this day was gonna come soon. I knew it, and yet I still donated money I didn't have to buy. To buy for people that didn't have. I'm talking, the back to school supply drive. I took money out the account that I probably didn't even have. Like, I donated $300 of my own company's money that I could have used to put towards keeping the company afloat. But I grew up poor. I didn't have everything. But y'all can see from my nostalgic 90s channel, my childhood was awesome. I wouldn't change the way I was raised or the way I was brought up for the world. I would. But I still provided for people that didn't have and couldn't do for themselves. Like I said earlier in the live stream, this year was a rough one. I really didn't make money on YouTube this year to be able to, to be able to support myself. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that y'all still don't know about. Y'all really don't even know about. And But I know that when people see this and people see that name, it means something. And I know there's trolls in the comment section. I know there's people that talk smack. And I get it. And I truly enjoy it because it's like sometimes they're just breaking my chops just to break them. Sometimes they're genuine. They don't understand everything, and that's okay. But I know at the end of the day, at the end of the night, when people see that, they see that name, and they go hand in hand together. You know, everything I touch, everything that I do is genuine and it's from the heart. You feel me? So everything that I do. So even though I wasn't really making money this year on YouTube, y'all saw I still put out content. You guys saw that I still put in the work. I still put in the work. So even when I'm not making money off of trucking, even when I'm not making money off of YouTube, even when I'm not making money on Patreon, I still put out for y'all. Why? Because I love you guys. You know, I wouldn't have survived this long in the game if it wasn't for YouTube. You know, we don't make money on Instagram. You know, we barely make money on Patreon. You know, maybe a $5 supporter, $10 supporter. And I told y'all before, full disclosure, I don't really make money on merch. If anything, I lose money. Well, merch is just so that you guys, you know, merch and souvenirs, I don't really make money on that, guys. I pretty much break even. You know, the souvenirs, like the penny souvenirs, yeah, we charge a lot because they charge us a lot to make sure that you guys get it in the mail. And you know, I've been trying to put together other projects for you guys to love and enjoy and experience with us, but it's just so hard because I'm a one-man band and I'm stuck in that truck all day. And then by the time, you know, I didn't clock out till 7 o'clock tonight. And I told you guys I was going live at 8. So that means I parked up, I scurried my little butt through that doorway with a bag of clothes while I was on the phone with my mom's. And I paid $8 for parking. I paid $10 for a shower. Went and washed my booty in the shower. Came back, put my little paid parking sticker in the window, so my truck don't get towed while I'm at the diner across the street, trying to grab a decent meal. And I knew I had to come on live to tell y'all this because, you know, when I win, everybody win. But it's not right if I lose and nobody knows. So, you know, I got more content for you guys. When I tell you guys, I have months and months of content backed up that you guys haven't even seen. Like, my editor has been asking me for more content for him to edit. And he just got done editing a 360 video for you guys. I haven't even gotten a chance to watch or go home yet to download it, to upload it, you know, because he doesn't have access to, you know, my files and what I do. He only does what I send him. So, you know, I'm still bringing content to you guys, and I'm, you know, even though I'm not really making money, I just do it for y'all, you know, because the money that I did make, I dumped it all into the only thing that I know. So, you know, if you guys want to, you know, I appreciate all the love, all the donations. But I don't know. I say help me get to 100,000 subscribers by October 10th. I'll eat that one chip challenge. I'll eat that spicy pepper chip for y'all, and I'll do it live. And I'll probably die, and that'll be the end of the legacy. But it'll be funny as heck to watch. That'll be the hottest Frank I've ever eaten. It's been a heck of it's been a heck of a ride, guys. It really has been, because I there was a few times I really felt like giving up, but it was just, I don't know if it was pride, I don't know if it was hope, I don't know what it was, but something inside me told me to just keep going. Just keep going. Like I abandoned family time, precious time with my kid and my family, to make sure that you guys have content to watch. And I know you guys are probably like, well, that's selfish, or you shouldn't do that. But is it selfish when all it takes is one video to go viral and I'm okay again and I can eat again? That nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about, when it's not even about a channel failing. It's about some other stuff going on that I can't talk about, because if I do, something's gonna happen. And yo, thank you, Canadian Underground. I appreciate you, bro. And I'm not telling y'all this because I want the money. I really don't. I just want to keep making content, keep making cool stuff, have time, have time for family, spend time, watch my little boy grow up. But I put a lot of stuff on the back burner to make sure that my companies don't fail. And it's not that my company fails, it's that it's the economy, number one. And not for nothing, but people suck. They really do. Like, people have, I don't want to get into it, but it's just, some people really suck, and greed imprisons us all. Thank you to everyone who donated. I just want to let y'all know that not one penny of this money is coming to me. I put up the poll earlier for the Toys for Tots and the Toys for Kids. So all the money that you guys donate tonight, all the money that you guys donate tonight is gonna go straight to the Toys for Tots. So if you guys want, keep donating. Every single penny of the money that I make tonight on this live stream is gonna go to buy toys. And I was just talking with Julia the other night. We were thinking about doing like a limited run of T-shirts and maybe some stickers or something of some toys for top, like some specific like holiday shirts that says Safford delivery, like you like the YouTube uh, play button with like Safford delivery and friends. Um, 2022 toy drive or Toys for Tots drive or something like that, and get it on a T-shirt for you guys. Um, trying to trying to figure some stuff out with that. It's just hard because driving all day. Um, and like some cheaper stickers for you guys to purchase and stuff. And of course, 100% of that will go to buy toys for kids, because no, no kid should be going without food, toys, and clothing, and a warm place to sleep or a nice place to sleep. You know, I didn't always have the best growing up, but what I did have, it was awesome. And I thank my mother for that. But that's why I started the slogan, "Dare to dream, dream to inspire." Because children are the future. If we don't give them a reason to hope and dream, then we have no future. You know, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect the same outcome or expect better outcomes, you can call yourself crazy. But you give a child tools to help their imagination grow and do stuff that they never thought that they could. You know, and there's a video that's going to come out probably next week where I taught this. I'm going to call him a young man because I don't know how old he is, and I never caught his name. But I told him sometimes in life it's not all about what you know; it's about who you know, and if who you know can take you farther than what you know, then you have something going there. You want to make sure that you're always inspiring kids to do something, to be something bigger than their parents. That's like when my kid grows up, I'm going to support him in whatever he wants to do, whatever he wants to be. But me as a father, it's my job to make sure that, he's not falling in the wrong footsteps. And, I don't I don't necessarily want him to follow the path that I created because I started the legacy and it's his job to do something better and greater than me. But it's my job to make sure that he doesn't follow in my footsteps, that he continues not only the family lineage, but the new family lineage, but the family legacy, you know? And when he gets older, he can look back at all the videos and everything that I've been through because it'll always be up on YouTube, social media, and he could be proud to say, you know, that I'm his dad, you know? And this is, what my dad has done. This is, what he has built. This is his empire. This is what he's done. for the children of yesterday's generation and tomorrow's generation. It's our jobs as adults to continue to inspire, even when our world is crumbling around us. It's our job to continue to inspire the youth because we're not going to be here forever, guys. Like, the money, it doesn't mean a thing, because all the money in the world, all it does is buy materialistic things. But it's it's the time it's the time that each and every one of us puts into what we do on a day-to-day basis to provide for yourself and your family. It's nobody really talks about that. Nobody really talks about that. So every single penny, every single dollar donated from this live will be going to buying uh, toys for kids, toys for tots. Last year I wasn't able to attend. I was able to bring all the toys that I recorded everything for you guys for full transparency. That we did not keep any of that money. We even donated our time to go shopping and stuff like that, even though some members of our staff flaked out last minute. That it is what it is. Bygone, bygones and be bygones. But every single penny from this live will be going to buy toys for children and families in need for this upcoming holiday season. And I was hoping that I was able to make more money this year on YouTube than last year, because if I did, that would have been extremely awesome. And I wanted to do a like a Friday's feast, but I wanted to either supply my local food bank with food and dinners and holiday meals for this upcoming holiday season, with the help of YouTube money. But I don't have that. So we were able to do a little bit more this year with the back to school supply drive, and that turned out pretty awesome. Location. It was busy, but I would figure, for that day of the week, I mean, it would have been better if I was out there on a school day, but you guys know I'm in that prison all week long, so. But that's cool though, because I was able to do two things. Well, I was able to do the back to school supply drive with you guys and the help and the support of you guys for families, teachers, and children in need of back to school supplies. And looks like we already got a jump start on the Toys for Tots. So I'll be keeping track when I end this live. I'm shaking because it's cold out here. So if you're just joining the live, Penske, which is our rental company, they are doubling almost doubling the rental rate per week to an unsustainable uh, price or amount or whatever you want to call it. Uh, and you call it what you want. You could blame it on what you want. But the amount that they are demanding that we pay, we cannot afford. Uh, at the rate that we're paying now for the tractor and the trailer, we're barely scraping by now. After 2 years of almost 2 years of being in business, we just started turning profit just recently. After I've dumped tens of thousands of dollars, uh, I I must have dumped 40,000 into just starting the business and getting everything up and going, and that's full disclosure. And a lot of that money came from, the monetization on YouTube, and because, I believe that my team is the the greatest team anybody could ever ask for. Everyone on my team is 100% loyal to me, and as I to them, and I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't trade them for anything. So I mean, any possible way that I could stay in business, I just don't have a solution. I'm all out of options. I've applied for loans. I've got turned down 6 different lenders. They see my financial situation where we're paying 2 to 3 times the amount of money per rental. Like, the amount of money that we spend a week currently is probably double, if not almost triple, what I would pay if I had a truck payment. And no one will still give me a loan, uh, or trust me to buy equipment so that I can sustain. And the amount of money that they want for these trucks now, without the discount that they're giving me, is in the realm of like $2,700 a week, and that's just for the tractor, not including the trailer. And they want, like, I don't know, 20 cents a mile, and it's just not sustainable. Like I said, we're barely scraping by now. I'm gonna put my hoodie on. Uh, yeah, let me jump inside the truck because it's starting to get cold out here. The temperature is plummeting. I mean, it feels good, but I'm not trying to get sick either. I gotta clean out my truck this weekend. Oh, sorry about the light. Get my wire. So, yeah, so if you guys, if you guys are just joining, just wondering what's going on, um, this is, I'm like 99% sure, unless by some God-given miracle that Penske decides to change their mind and keep us in business, by giving us, you know, which I'm not even gonna comment on it, but unless either I can get loans for trucks, um, Yeah, unless I could get loans for trucks, um, or like financing for trucks, I should say, or if Penske changes their mind about charging us, uh, I the guy that I did speak to about a loan, he had uh, he had like six uh, financial. I don't even know what you would even call it. Um, lenders. He had like six lenders that all turned me down because I don't have enough. Uh, I guess working credit, if you will. So before I opened up two company credit cards, I had probably like a 740 or a 760 um, credit score, but because I don't really owe people money, and I haven't really owed people money, and everything that I've ever purchased has always been with like cash or like with my debit card. It's because I didn't show irresponsibility when I was younger to spend a bunch of money that wasn't mine and then had to like pay it back. It's now biting me in the butt because I'm not able to get loans, you know, and they're asking for like 20% down or collateral, which I don't have, and they're asking me to put down like if I had a house, which I don't, that if I had a house, if I would put that up for collateral, and I said, you guys must be bat poop crazy because there's no way I'm risking my house for the crash of the economy. There's no way. There's no way. So, I just. Let me reach on my water. So, I mean, it's. I wouldn't say it's the end of content for. I wouldn't say it's the end of all the content. Yeah, I still have months and months and months of content backed up. As far as like new trucking videos and training videos and stuff like that, it's gonna be hard to provide that stuff if I don't have the equipment. Um, Unless I go work for a company that allows me to record. But I don't think I want to get another company involved in my legacy. Ride on. I wouldn't even say ride on my coattail, but like I just rather not fit into it. I'd rather just my company be my company, and whatever goes down at another person's company, that's on them. Like, you know, I may come on here from time to time to share my experience if I do go work for someone else, but you know, uh, I don't know. Um, what's going on, Daryl? So, yeah, this weekend will be my last weekend in this truck unless the powers that be uh, at Penske or any other rental company that You know, because we always make our payments on time, always, never late, ever. Our insurance payments always on time. You know, I opened up 2 credit cards just to make sure that we're always on time because you know, my driver needs to eat, Nicole needs to eat, we need to eat, and you know, Chris did the math. Like we're barely making $20 an hour when it's all said and done. Like at the end of the week, we're not even making money. Like you know, all this away from home time, you know, all the time that we're putting in wasted time at these deliveries that you know, that they just waste our time. It's so crazy. And that's one thing I don't really talk about with you guys because it's like it it's it's like the same old story. Hey Ram, I know what you're talking about, but like I said, there, you know, everybody's like, oh yeah, that everybody's talking about the money that comes from YouTube. When I tell you, this year was it's crazy. Like I can't even talk about it on this live because it's crazy. I can't I can't. Maybe on Instagram or something. Maybe I'll go live on Instagram or something. But so as you know, beginning like this weekend, like tomorrow or Saturday when I get home, like everything's coming out the truck. Everything. Because Monday, after I go make my delivery Monday, maybe into Tuesday, I'll go return my all this equipment and cash in on my deposits and just try to find someone else to go work for. You know, it's you know, it's not an easy decision to make, but the decision's already been made for me and for us. You know. You know, and I've been saying it since the beginning of time. The best way that y'all could, you know, support our channel is by leaving a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, select all so that way you guys get all the notifications and share our content. That's it. You know, it's all of that is free. All of that is free to you guys. It doesn't cost you a thing. And you guys know that you're gonna come back here and watch it anyway, so why not just share and subscribe? You know. Chris Reed said he sells trucks. How long you been driving? I've been driving since 2016. How much would you have for a down payment? How long have you been renting trucks? I've been in business since 2019, so I've been renting from Penske since pretty much 2019. And how much would I have to put down on a truck? Probably like 10 grand. Yep. But Chris Reed is no financial institution will give us a loan, bro. Yeah. Thank you, Michael D. I appreciate it. What's up, Jim Bob? Uh, so, so Chris Crocco said, "I'm sorry, Mike. I will miss you, buddy." So, what Penske decided to not renew. So, it's not that they don't want to renew. It's just every time they give me a new proposal, it's a couple $100 higher than the last one. And I called a different Penske. Maybe it was just the location, but a different Penske location quoted me $500 higher than the location I currently went from. All right, Chris. Chris Reed, either DM me or send me a message on Instagram, email. I'm sorry. Ideal lease. No, I haven't. I mean, the problem is it's not that people don't want to sell me a truck. It's just, you know, I don't have. What a lot of people they don't understand is that when you buy a truck, you are financially responsible for it. So once you sign that deed and you own the truck and you register, you insure it, all of that stuff. If something happens to that truck, you are 100% financially responsible for it. So even when I did have the money to buy a truck, when I put that money down, I was, if I would have purchased a truck with the amount of money that I had, uh, with the amount of money that I had, I would have been financially all in. Financially all in. So if I would have pulled off the lot and then, you know, the drive shaft dropped out of it, I would have been responsible to fix that. Yes, they are, Corey. One of the best movies ever made. What's going on, Tanner? So instead of me buying a truck, what I decided to do, instead of me buying a truck and buying a home, I decided to invest in, myself, my company, and my team, because I knew I was going to have to build a team, because I can't, I would need someone that I could rely on, like Nicole, like Julia, to dispatch us where they have us and, the needs and our needs always on their mind, not just some regular guy that lives in Kansas City, Missouri, trying to force us to go into Manhattan. Like, there's no way in hell. There's no way. You kick rocks. Instead of me buying a truck, which if I would have purchased a truck, it would have been a day cab, because never would I have thought that I was going to go regional and go over the road. But never would I have thought that I was going to go over the road and that I was going to be sleeping in a truck, because like I said, I don't even really like driving. I don't even really like doing this. I just do it to support my family. That's it. Like, a couple weeks ago, I put up a post for the Driver Appreciation Week, where a lot of people don't understand what we deal with. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. If you leave Penske, can you take the truck with you? I don't understand what you mean. Penske owns the equipment. And that's another thing. So we tried leasing with them, but they won't even consider us for a lease. They're only looking at the mega corporations and the bigger companies. So, and not for nothing, but somebody had just said it the other day in some of the comments, like, they don't understand why Penske hasn't sponsored us yet. And I don't understand it either, because after, and again, I'm not here to put the business out there, because there's some things better left unsaid, but after everything that we've been through with them, everything, and my team knows, and my team can contest to everything that we've been through, and this is stuff that we never bring to the channel, but we don't understand. Like, we're always taking care of this equipment. We take care of it like it's our own. Yeah, Jay James, yep. So it's like, nobody will lease to us, and then on top of that, no other companies really have trucks. Nobody really has equipment for what we need. And the reason why we pay so much with Penske right now is because we expect a higher level of service, of quality, of equipment and stuff like that, and that you're probably not going to get with a smaller company. But then again, and I'm not vouching for any company watching this, and I'm not doodling on any company watching this, but there's a part shortage right now. There's lack of manpower. Like, if we can't get parts, then how are the people that actually show up to work going to be able to replace them for us? Like, the last time Chris blew a tire, he was out there for hours on the side of the road. And it's like, who do we really blame that on? Like, the tire blew out, and when you think about it, did it take that long because they didn't have the tire in stock? Maybe. Did they have the manpower? I don't know. Could they not find them? I don't know. But there's so many variables so that if, a smaller rental company were to take us on, who's to say that we're not going to? And what people don't understand too is that Penske is like up here compared to like the mom and pop, rental places that are down there as far as money and monetary wise. So with that being said, basically some problems don't just go away by throwing money at it. So what I'm really trying to get at is if we're stuck on the side of the highway, broke down or whatever, in whoever's equipment, you know, Penske or Ryder or Google or Yahoo or Amazon could throw money at the problem, but if there's no manpower and there's no parts, everyone's powerless. So even like, who's to say that if we were to go with a smaller company or another company that, there's going to be equipment there, or there's going to be, you know, there's going to be problems everywhere we go, always. And that's with every single company, every single trucking company, every single mechanic shop, every single, parts store. There's always going to be a problem, because I'm not trying to get into it, but there's some stuff that I can't talk about. That's the issue. So, it is what it is. So, I mean, the way I see it, at least if I go work for someone else, I really don't have to worry about fuel bills, fuel taxes, insurance. I don't have to worry about that. But I do love the freedom of being my own boss and my own person, you know? I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I would like to buy my own trucks, but there's in this day and age, there's really no money to be made unless you have dedicated contracts, and that's the God honest truth. It's the God honest truth. There's no money to be made in it unless you own your own truck and you have people that work specifically for you, like they keep your best interests in mind. So, but Yeah, this weekend when I go home, I'll be cleaning out my truck. Um, I got a lot to do. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. So I've been saying this forever, guys. The best way that you guys can support us is by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, select all on all the video notifications. Um, so that way you guys get all the video notifications. And share the content. Just share it. Just share your favorite videos. That's the best way that you guys can do it. I mean, we've been, you know, we've been putting in countless hours to just for it all to be washed away in a weekend, basically. Thank you, Armando. I appreciate it. I looked into Ryder, but to purchase equipment, they want to do another hard pull on my credit when I've already had like 2 or 3 hard pulls on my credit already this year, which has significantly dropped my credit score. Like, that's one thing I don't understand. Like, why is it that when they check your credit score goes down? Like, what? Like, that makes no sense at all. Like, none. That's like every time you look at your gas, like someone else looks at your gas tank, it drops a quarter tank, and you're like, did you even have to look at it? Like, I could provide bank statements to show you guys that I've been keeping gas in this tank. So, alright, underlying Hesh, I appreciate you. Oh, undying Hesh, I'm sorry. Thank you for all the love, all the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, all the walls have closed in on me. Um, you know, it's just, it sucks because if anyone, if anyone either from like higher up Penske watched our videos and see like all the free advertising that they get from our videos, or anyone wanted proof that we've been paying our rental agreement every week, the proof is in the pudding. Like, you guys see videos every single week, and if we weren't paying on time, you guys wouldn't see us riding around in a truck. That's solid proof right there. We've been doing it since 2019. All my payments are always made on time. Like, and I'm not asking for someone to consider me for like a charity case or nothing like that. I'm not asking for handouts. You guys see my videos. You guys know that I put in work. You guys don't see Chris that often, but Chris puts in work. Nicole puts in work. Julia puts in work. You know, like, we all do our part. But I'm not upset because I failed. I'm not upset that my company failed, because I don't, in my eyes, I don't believe that my company failed because it's not our fault. We show up, we do our jobs, but for reasons I can't talk about, it's just not enough. As far as sustaining, making the payments that the new rates that they want us to, but no one will give me an opportunity to purchase my own equipment and to finance the equipment. So thank you, Tom. Low key, that's what we're gonna end up doing. But if I go work for another company, you guys don't get new trucking content anymore. He said maybe, Daz said maybe look into another broker. Daz, we have lists upon lists of brokers that we work with. The problem is that, and this is another thing that's not really talked about. I actually saw a lady trucker talk about this the other day. Too many people book cheap freight. So what that means for the rest of us is that the rates aren't going to get better if people keep hauling the cheap freight loads. So that's like the best way I could put it in perspective for you guys, right? That's like you got 2 pizza places, 5 pizza places, and each pizza place wants to sell you a cheese pizza, right? One guy is like, yo, I got it for $20. The other guy says, I got it for $19. The other guy says, I got it for $18. The other guy says, I got it for $17, $16, $15. Whatever the case may be. So you're like, all right, cool. I'll buy it for $15. Right? Because, it's the cheapest for you, but in the trucking industry, it's exactly the opposite. Whereas, they will only post the rate as low as they can get it moved for. And that's that. So other pizza companies are going to have to start lowering the prices of their pizza or go out of business just to keep up with the competition because, the pizza was purchased for $15 down the street and I can't sell my pizza for $17 when the guy down the street is selling his for $15. But yeah, I'm losing money every time I do that and I sell my pizzas for $15. That's exactly what it's like. So in the trucking industry, when people go out to, I don't know, let's say Nebraska, and there isn't really a lot of freight in a certain area. Let's say we got to drive over 100 miles to the next closest load that actually pays somewhat decent, or take a load of 48,000 pounds of stone for $1.03 a mile to drive 500, to get out of there for, to get out of there for $300. the broker's paying $300 on the load just to get it moved, and just so that you could get out of the area with not a lot of with either not a lot of good freight or not a lot of good paying freight. So a lot of people, they don't realize that every time, and this is specifically for people that book their own loads and don't have the team, or that doesn't have a dispatcher to book freight for them. They are at the mercy of their own schedule. So you know whereas the load board doesn't start accumulating loads till 8-9 in the morning. If I have to, at 8-9 in the morning, almost 100% of the time, I'm on the road driving. So how am I supposed to be looking for another load when I'm on the road driving, trying to make an appointment time? Nobody talks about that. And then you got to pay a dispatch service money off the top just to make sure that you're paid. Lean Machine, yeah. I'm in New York right now. So, for anyone that's just joining the live, including Logan, uh, basically, Penske is our rental company. It's who we rent our trucks from. We just got the email today that they're going to be almost doubling the rate for the per week per truck, and we can't afford to pay the new rates that they're asking. So we're gonna end up closing shop. A mail contract? No, not really. So this weekend I'll be cleaning out my truck, and then early next week I'll be bringing the equipment back. Daryl said, Mike, can you go reefer? I'm gonna put it to you guys like this, and I mean this in the nicest way. For anyone that does not know, there is such a shortage of equipment and parts and service and manpower in the industry right now. Nobody's talking about it, or not that I know of anyway. But then again, I don't really, I don't listen to other trucking podcasts. I don't pay attention to what anybody else is doing. I mind my business. So to answer your question, could I go reefer? Yeah, I could, but I can't afford to pay. I can't afford to pay the rental rate of a truck, not the new rates. We're barely scraping by paying the old rates. The insurance just on Chris's truck is about $1,000 a week. That's just on his truck. low key, I understand what you're saying about the recording thing, but the thing is like it would. Let me put it to you like this: not every company is going to either want that, like it, or appreciate it. Because a lot of people, they don't understand that when we record, I can't make people act a certain way. Like, you're gonna act however you act. Like, you guys see that on camera. You guys see that on camera. And the reason why I say that is because if some people are being cranky butts when the camera's on, imagine how they would act when it's off. Right? So, like, people are going to do whatever they want to do. And then some people, some companies, some corporations don't like that you shine the light in the dark place and publish how us drivers are being treated every day. You guys see, I have the good customers, I have the bad customers, I have the good days, I have the bad days, I got the mediocre days. And it, some people are not going to like that. So I wouldn't, sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. But, someone working for my company, I would like to know if my employee is doing something like that, where they're putting that out there. But me as an owner-operator, I'm just vlogging my day with you guys. But people, they don't see it like that. They see it like, oh, like, what are you trying to do? Like, put us out of business? Or, like, what are you trying to do? Expose the customer? I can't make people act any kind of way. I show up. I'm here to do a job. This is the job that I got. This is my job description. And that's it. People don't understand that. Like, people think, oh, he only shows the bad customer interactions. And of course, I do record for liability reasons. But it's also to document my day. Because if I were to tell you guys the stories of, like, the stuff that happened to me, like, for instance, the other day, what was it? Yesterday maybe, I re-uploaded a video of me confronting a lady who cut me off. And I saw some of the comments. People were like, oh, where's the dash cam footage? Or where's the footage? Just that, the third. Well, I didn't have a dash cam at the time. All I had was a head-mounted GoPro, which I don't keep it recording all day long. My memory card would be full. So, yes, I recorded the interaction because, if it wasn't recorded, people wouldn't believe me. So, I mean, all I do is vlog my day. That's it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We've been saying that since the beginning of time. We show the good, the bad, and the ugly. Even when I make mistakes, I show you guys. So, unless I could finance my own truck with the amount of money that I could put down, and rent a trailer, it's I'll be just looking for a job. That's one thing about this truck. This truck puts out so much heat. It's so toasty in here, and the temperature plummeted tonight. So yeah, guys, please make sure you guys smash that like button. Um, Thank you everyone for all the love, all the support, all the donations. If you don't know, we already raised close to $200 on this live. Um, People are donating uh, to me or to us in the company to try to help us get back on our feet. But you know, in light of everything, holiday season's coming up, and we're trying to make some kids Christmas a little or holiday season a little bit more magical. So if you guys feel inclined to donate 100% of all the funds that we raise on this live tonight will go directly to um, buying toys for the Toys for Tots drive and children and families that are going to need toys for this upcoming holiday season. I figure we'll start early. Um, it wasn't my intention to raise money on this live at all, but um, you know, I'm, you know, I'm not going to accept the money for me. I'm going to put it back, out there. So I love you too, Pegasus. I'll send you some pictures of the baby when this live is over. He got so big. So, um, yeah, the only thing I could say is we got some pretty, we got some, we got some pretty interesting Fridays feasts coming up in the next couple of weeks. I was editing one last night, and it was probably the grossest Fridays feast I've ever done. It was worse than that spot called DP Dough in Cortland, New York, or something like that. This place that I ate at was worse than that place. Like, so, and you guys know, I just try to give my honest review, and I can't, I can't make the food taste better. So, and my opinion is subjective. So, you may go there, you might love it. Good night, Scott. I appreciate you. Yeah, for everyone that's dealing with the after effects of the hurricane, and you're watching this, you know, um, I hope you're safe. I hope you have a nice place to sleep. I hope you get some good food, and you'll bounce back too. So I'm gonna think I'm gonna jump off this live now. Yeah. That was a duet I did on TikTok. I messed up the first one, even though I thought the first one was better. I still don't really understand how to do TikTok. So I tried, but the volume was muted on the first video, so I had to redo it. So and then I lowered the volume, the original volume of the video you guys saw today, but the original volume was still way louder than my volume. But by the time it got out there, it got out there. So thank you, Renchi. I appreciate you watching us. Um, is my office going to stay open for a while? Or is the whole thing going down ASAP? Um, I will probably cash in on the trucks early next week or as soon as possible. And then I will see if there's any new developments in any types of possible solutions. My insurance, it renews on the 18th, and that's a $4,000 payment. I'm paid up for the month. But if I can't, if I can't secure my own equipment, then um, yeah, I mean, there's no point in staying open, really. If I can't secure my own trucks, my own equipment, if I can't get a financial loan to buy my own equipment, um, I think more than like 6 lenders looked at my situation, and we got denied on all 6 accounts, 7 accounts, whatever, however many people looked at it. I mean, I don't understand it. They see how much money we put into these trucks and that we've been in business. The first company's been in business since 2019, and the second business has been in business since I think 2020. So, that that speaks for itself. And we were never late on a payment. We made all our payments on time, and the amount of money that we pay currently for a rental is a lot more than what a regular truck payment would be. So just no one will give us a chance. So if anybody has friends in high places and you think they can work something out for us, and we ask that you reach out to them and have them reach back out to us. We're open to all suggestions. We're just, we don't want to get robbed either. I don't mind. I don't mind buying equipment with some interest attached to it, but you know, some of the rates that they were talking about, if even if I did put down 20% because I didn't have a lot of working credit, if you will, they would want like 30 something percent interest or something. And I'm like, what? That makes no sense. That makes 0 sense at all. Like, none at all. I'm like, yo, 20% down and a used truck goes for like $100,000. So you're asking me to put down $20,000, and you want collateral, and you want, a high 30% interest rate? Like, that's ridiculous. Oh, because I'm high risk? How am I high risk when you guys see that I make way more than a truck payment a month just on the tractor alone? But nobody sees that. Thank you to all. Thank you for all the love and all the support, guys. I really appreciate it. If you guys know anybody that could help us out, that want to help us out, whether it be the higher ups at Penske, maybe they want to sponsor us, or in no way, shape, or form am I telling people to call anyone to harass them to do this. And we are not condoning violence or threats or anything like that to make things happen. But if anyone genuinely has people or friends or connects in high places that you guys see that we put the work in and day out, like, I'm willing to run 6 days a week to make sure that my company stays afloat. And on top of that, I'm always providing, you know, within my means, content for you guys to watch, vlogs and, cool little projects and stuff like that. So, the worth ethic is definitely there, but, at the end of the day, I can't, I can't do anything without equipment. And even though I am in upstate New York, I'm not talking about a horse drawn carriage and a guy with a couple of curls by his ears. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like real brute horsepower and torque. So, I mean, if this video has inclined anyone to help us, any and all help, is greatly appreciated. And I've, as much money as this company made, like, between the first company, the YouTube channel, and this company, like, most of that money doesn't even go to us. It goes right back into the equipment and, other things. Fuel, taxes, insurance. Fuel alone killed us this year. So, if anyone thinks that they have a solution to any of our problems, a legit solution, not a trolling solution, shoot us an email at Safford Hauling Services with an S at the end at gmail.com. So that's SAFF as in Frank, ORD as in David, Hauling, HAULING, Services, SERVICES at gmail.com. And, we'll get down to business. And you guys know I put in the work. I really do. When I did the XPO and the Home Depot contract, I ran 6 days a week. And I did that for years. Years. And then when I did the Lowe's contract for XPO, I did that 7 days a week. 7 days a week. So between trucking full time, making awesome content for you guys on here, woodworking, doing my nostalgic 90s, I'm still brainstorming, like, behind the scenes stuff you guys don't know about. It's really hard to find any help these days, even if I pay the help. But I've been trying to work on some filming projects that you guys can watch and enjoy at no cost to you. It'll all be free. But it's just it's just hard. So I appreciate all the love, all the support. You know, thank you for getting us this far in subs and views. Um, Recognition. It's so crazy because you guys don't know the impact that you guys had on the lives of me and my family, but my team as well. And earlier when I was outside and I was talking about how Chris gets recognized because of the name on the door, it's crazy because there's people that work at the businesses that we do business with that recognize me and who I am. And they see what we do. They see the work that we put in. I ran into a guy at a shop once. Shout out to David, if you're watching this, you know where you are. And he was like, "You wouldn't happen to have a YouTube channel, would you?" I was like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" He goes, "I watch you all the time." I was like, "Wow, thanks, man." And I asked him what was his favorite episode, and we just talked about it, for a while. And it's it's crazy to think that you might not think that you make an impact on other people and their jobs, their lives, their professions, but it's not always the stories that you guys hear. It's the stories that you don't. Those are the ones that you know the people that don't comment, all they do is watch, because they're still out there grinding. They could be watching our videos for tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to avoid, what to look for, all of that. They don't have time to comment because they're on their grind, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And as long as they're watching, I don't care. Just subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thank me later. Thank us later. And if I bump into you, if I see you around, just you don't got to be weird about it. Just come up, say hi, what's up? Let me know that you're a fan. And I've met some really cool people through this YouTube thing, man. Like it definitely changed a lot. So I got recognized by some older gentleman up in Vermont screaming at me at a gas station. I didn't even know he was talking to me. And he was like, "Yo, where you from?" And I was like, "Connecticut." And he was like, "Yo, you're a long way from home, YouTube." And I was like, "Oh man, what's up?" You know? Yes, sir. See? Cylon actual. Yep. But it expands outwards like wings on an airplane. That's it, man. Curbside, curbside. You know? Hey, Frank. Yeah, I actually met a fan at Comic Con. I don't even know if I told you guys this. He watches this channel. His name is Chris, and as soon as he saw me, I wasn't even wearing company merch or anything, and he spotted me and came right up, shook my hand, introduced himself. We got a picture together. You know, we were laughing, we were chopping it up. Asked him what his favorite episode was, and we were just talking. And it's crazy that you know things like that would happen. You know, because I come on here and I genuinely want to share my expertise with you guys, even though this isn't really like, even though this isn't really like, I I don't really like doing it because it's just, if there weren't so many rules, which I understand why there are as many rules, but some of them we can do without, and for reasons I won't discuss, it's and it's probably better left unsaid, but some of the rules are stupid, when it comes to the trucking industry. Um, and it's really unfair to the carrier because at the end of the day, it's only the carriers that lose. Nobody else loses ever. The carriers and the drivers were the only ones that lose. Always, always and forever, always. So, um, but yeah. Yeah, what's up, Eric? So I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. My team appreciates you guys, whether they're on here or not. Thank you for making all of this possible. Uh, Thank you guys for sticking by us, for being true loyal fans, true loyal trolls, friends, subscribers, supporters, Franks, because quite frankly, we wouldn't be here without you guys. Um, so thanks for the memories, guys. I appreciate it. And if you're watching this live after it's ended, we have raised close to $200 on this live. 100% of that, and it was never my intention to raise money, but 100% of that will be going to buy toys for children and families in need for this upcoming holiday season. So thank you, Gamer One. Uh, MNE Zon. Uh, so I got two contracted employees. One is a driver, one is my operations manager. Dan Curry. Uh, what's going on, Dan Curry? Did you miss out on the news, or I'm probably gonna have to go work for someone else, man? That's all I can do. Even though things didn't work out for me and my own company, maybe I can make an impact at someone else's, because even though I will be a company driver, but because I own my own company and I've owned multiple trucking companies, if I'm treated right, if I'm treated right, I will make sure that I take care of the company that takes care of me. Thank you, Logan. I appreciate it. MNE Zon asked, why don't you get into woodworking professionally? So I don't really have my answer to that would sound more like an excuse to you more than a reason, because I'm an amateur and I'm not that good, man. Like a lot of time, a lot of times, it, I have fun doing it, and it is a getaway for me, because when I'm woodworking, I can just drift away into my memories, uh, and then make some cool stuff. But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. People tell me all the time I shouldn't be allowed near power tools that can cut off my hands and stuff. And for the most part, I agree with them. So um, even though the stuff that I make is cool, the furniture and the pieces that I make are functional. I just don't think that I could sustain. Um, I I just don't think I could sustain myself and my family with woodworking, um, because I'm not really a woodworker. I just do it as a pastime, and it's a creative outlet for me. Even though it's, like I said, it's really cool, and it might sound like an excuse to you, but I'm not that good, man. Like I just do it for fun, and I do it to almost like decompress, if you will. So, um, and it's one of those things where I'm there in the present, but in my mind I'm not. And the only thing that keeps me grounded is when I'm recording, because I have to actually think about what I'm doing so that I can explain it to you guys so that it makes sense, if that makes sense. So, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Um, so I'm going back in the. What about? Hold on. Jay James said, "What about?" Sorry, the chat keeps disappearing. What about instead of low delivery specific videos, transitions into more like day in the life of a trucker videos with the new change? So part of that is that in some way, shape, or form, it would tie into to do, or the last thing that I need to worry about is getting let go from a job that um, that doesn't care for it. You know, even though in our eyes we love the content, we appreciate the content, and we love and appreciate the transparency and the vlogs and stuff like that. But if it has anything to do with the company itself, meaning like the new company that I work for, I probably won't involve them in my like in my endeavors, um, because let's say it doesn't work out, and I cannot control everyone, and like let's say some in I'm just thinking of just different scenarios because this is how my brain works. Let's say for whatever reason I got disciplined at my job for whatever reason, and then I told you guys about it, and then I did my best to like hide the new company that I work for, and one of you crazy Franks called up my company to tell them to cut the crap, and to that I actually know what I'm doing, and that I'm right, they're wrong, and if they don't like it, they could kick rocks, and then I lose my job over that when you know you you upstanding citizens were fighting for what you believe was right actually put me in a bad predicament. So this is just the way my thought process works. Is that if I do go work for a new trucking company that isn't my own, then I probably won't involve any of. Maybe I could talk about it, but that's not going to be that interesting because you guys want to see what I see. You guys want to experience, and that's part of what I pride my content on. It's not all about what you see in the stories you hear. It's about the experience. So that's why when I do these tours of like Fort Trumbull and like the Coast Guard ship, and I don't want you guys to just watch it. I want you guys to experience it. I want you guys to feel what I feel. When I first started doing YouTube, little known fact, I didn't censor myself because I'm a firm believer in the Constitution and freedom of speech. So I was cussing left and right, and I was saying some stuff that I shouldn't have been saying. I know that now because I have to think about it from a broader perspective, that my content would not be watched by the younger audience. And if I'm going to inspire the younger audience to become something great, to become something of themselves, then I can't use that language because then their parents and guardians are going to forbid them to watch the content because of all the the foul language that I was using. So in order to appeal to people of all ages and all genres, not genres, generations. I'm sorry. Um, I had to clean up the language, but when I first started doing YouTube, exactly how I felt, I would say it, or whatever was wrong, or whatever was on my mind. If I was frustrated, if I was aggravated, if I was happy, if I was sad, if I felt some type of way, if I didn't think something looked right, if you know, I used to express that on camera. And I know as people and fans of the channel, like you guys know me to be a pretty straightforward guy and a pretty transparent guy. But the fact of the matter is, I've had to sugarcoat what I actually felt and what I actually want to say to make it family friendly so that people of all ages can watch, enjoy, be entertained by, learn from, and experience with us and grow with us. And I can't expect to grow my channel if I don't clean up my language. And like, who am I going to be inspiring? Like, you know geriatrics? No, they just watch it for the entertainment and maybe some some a little bit of education, but I need to appeal to more than just one generation of folk. I need to, you know, I need to practice what I preach, and that's dare to dream, dream to inspire. So it's when I was doing YouTube at first, and I was using all the crazy language that I was, and just going off on tangents. Yes, it was how I felt. Yes, uh, it was like full transparency that this is what I felt and how I felt it. And I understand some people, they actually prefer the raw and uncut. But for the fact of the matter is, I greatly reduced and or limited my audience by doing that. But now it's all good. Now we're good. Trucker karaoke videos. Yes, I should. Yeah, I understand everyone is an amateur until they're professional. Yes, Cylon actual. Yep. Doug Doug Spittler asked, could we rent from a different trucking company? Um, yes, we could, but nobody has equipment. Thank you, Celsius. Yep. Um, so funny story, Brandon. I was actually I actually wanted to write a book, because if you guys didn't watch the beginning of this live, um, you'll have to go back and watch it. Uh, I actually talked about, I don't know what those are. I think they're boats. It's either boats or rocket boosters. I don't know what that guy is carrying. I think they're boats, but they're weird looking boats. So you'll have to go back at the beginning of the live, but I actually wanted to write a book, or get help to write a book, just about everything, like everything that I've been through, everything that my team has been through, all the trials, all the tribulations, because there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't know about, like a lot, from, I don't want to get into it, but it's a lot. And then, part of what was going to be like the explainer as to me, and why I do what I do, and why I go so hard. It's all in this video. Like, I wanted to break it down for you guys in the form of a book. But I did spill some of the beans earlier in this live, so if you're inclined to watch it, feel free to go back and watch it. I would probably say somewhere near like the hour mark where I'm standing outside by the truck. So we love you, Olivia. Thank you. Doug Spittler asked, "Did you try working for Home Depot?" No. So part of so I'll put it to you like this. My name, my company, me as an individual, from what I've been told, have been blacklisted from employment at certain places because of me doing what I do. So the reason why our Home Depot contract got canceled was because of YouTube. And it wasn't even really a contract with them, but they made XPO drop our contract. And they said we weren't allowed to haul for them anymore. And once that happened, it opened up the eyes to some other people in some higher up places, and people either left or got fired after I left. And these were people that were there for a while. And there's so much that you guys don't know about that I can't even cover on this live, because this live will go on for like ever. But let's just say that we were supposed to get the Lowe's contract after we were dropped from the Home Depot contract, but we were led on, and we think that because of what happened with Home Depot, that Lowe's didn't want any part of that, or XPO didn't want to expose them, like they didn't want to put their necks out on the line for us, even though, you know, technically we didn't do anything wrong. All we did was just vlog our deliveries. So from what I heard, to answer your question, you know, part of what comes with the territory is that part of what comes with the territory is that, you know, you guys may look at me like a hero, but it's not the same in everybody's eyes. It's, you know, not everyone remembers all the good that a hero does. If Superman saves 1 million people, they won't remember him for that. They'll remember him for the one person he couldn't save. And, you know, my name and my reputation, it's like, in my company's reputation, like, it's known in certain places. So I've actually gotten phone calls and of people requesting that I don't post certain content when they knew I was filming that day. And to honor their request, because it is a request, they can't demand it, I said, sure, I won't post it. They know who I am. And in certain aspects and perspectives, it's actually gotten me, I wouldn't say more leeway, but it makes what I say and my like people vouch, and I would say people vouch for me more, and they understand my credibility. You know, they understand that it comes with the territory of, you know, being on YouTube. Like I never ask for special treatment. Like I'm always, you know, such a humble person in my opinion. You know, whereas all the money that I made, you know, off of YouTube and off of trucking, I could have been selfish and like bought a house for my family and just said screw it, you know. But no, instead I decided to work and invest in our company, and try to build a team, and try to hire content creators and just keep this train moving. But there's a lot more moving parts than what you guys see. Yeah, Jay James. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Robert Nelson asks, "Why don't you rent only one truck?" I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Meaning like keep like rent one truck just for myself. Well, the problem with that is that the new rate, if if I'm understanding your question correctly, I believe this is the answer to your question. The rate that has doubled. So we pay about $12.50 a week right now, not including mileage. The rate has doubled to $2,250. That's only for one truck per week. So even if I were to drop the other truck, I'm not gonna dish out $10,000 on a truck that I don't own. That's crazy. In that amount of time, you can literally buy a brand new truck off the lot. Within a couple of months. Yeah, Robert, like it's not sustainable, man. Daryl asks, why can't you change or open another LLC and start another company? I already have two trucking companies, two different LLCs, two different operating authorities. Well, one is how do I call it? Excuse me. One operating authority, when the Lowe's contract fell through, and they strung me along for months at a time. When that contract fell through, I voluntarily revoked my operating authority on my first trucking company, which is Safford Delivery and Transportation Services, which is what the YouTube channel is also known as. So because of the first trucking company that's where all the content came from. Is the first trucking company. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me that well though. I think I sprained my ankle. So yeah, that's where the name. That's so the YouTube channel is named after the first trucking company. So I have currently two different LLCs. Let's see. Yeah, I have two different LLCs, so there's no need to start another one. Um, and if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, which is the um, being blacklisted, my name is blacklisted as well. What's up, Rank? Yep, unfortunately, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Need this shirt for tomorrow. Yep, it doesn't make any sense to start a third LLC. I mean, there's really, it's not going to change the price of the equipment. The price of the equipment is actually cheaper for us because we've been doing business with Penske for so long, and they know that. But it's still not sustainable on our part because we don't make currently as it stands, like the market the way it is right now, we're barely scraping by, and that's at the rate that we're paying now. So imagine, you know, imagine even if I were to drop one truck, it's still not viable. It's still not sustainable. And it's like if we were to, you know, I'm not saying that they will care. I'm not saying that they won't care. I don't know. You know, I I can't I can't tell you how other companies or corporations are going to feel about what I'm about to tell you. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying that you know no one higher up isn't listening. But if you look at if we if when we could prove to people what the load board looks like and show them what the load board looks like, if we show them what the load board looks like and see that we like the market right now just isn't producing to bump up the rate that high for us truckers to make not even a decent living, but a a barely livable wage. We're getting paid less than $20 an hour. We're expected, we're not asked, we're expected to run up to 70 hours a week, be away from our families for days, weeks, months at a time, eat crappy food, pay higher fuel prices, have to pay for parking, have to pay for showers. Like that's what I did. That's what I did tonight. Hang on, I'm trying to get you guys set up over here. You know, I got off of work at 7 p.m. I knew I had to take a shower. So I went inside, I paid for parking, paid for my shower, all in one shot. And then, I paid for parking, paid for my shower, all in one shot. And then I rushed back to the truck to put my parking slip on the, my paid parking slip on the window of the truck, so my truck doesn't get towed. And then I went over to the diner so I could make sure I ate something tonight for dinner, because last night I didn't eat dinner, but I wasn't really that hungry anyway. Uh, and you know, just everything that us drivers are put through every day. It's a testament to how dedicated we are to not only provide for ourselves, but to provide for our families, but to provide for complete strangers uh, in our country and out of the country. You know, so dang wire. 1 second, guys. So. One second. My chat is not updating right now. Give me 1 second. One second. Might as well just put my headphones on the charger because you guys don't need to. Sorry, my chat just is updating, so. Ugh. Grab my bottle of water. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna fill up my bottle of water. Let's see. All right, Daryl, thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Live Wolf. Yeah, Steve Long, definitely. Yep. Uh, 10 beers over here. It's I think it's like 4.70 something a gallon for a gallon of diesel. Live Wolf, is it blacklisting illegal? I don't think it is. And even if it is, you know, how are you going to tell a multi-billion-dollar company that, you know, that they can't choose who they want and who they don't want to do business with? Definitely Celsius. I'm trying, man. Would you consider a Logan asks, would you consider a good used truck that you could buy outright? Yeah, but I don't really have a lot of money. Once I cash in on these trucks, I don't really have a lot. At Live Wolf, blacklisting is real. No, it is legal. It's real. KY Wildcat, that question is irrelevant. Have you thought about a group investment partnership? No, I don't know what any of that is. Yeah, Robert, I have a couple potential companies we're probably gonna go work for. So I'm getting a bad pain in my foot. So there's only so much I can do, you know. But it is getting late, guys. So I was supposed to sign off of here a while ago. I do appreciate all the love, all the support. If you guys stuck through to the end of this live, I greatly appreciate you guys. I do need to get to bed. I gotta be up early. And I got a long weekend, so yes, sir. You guys be good, be safe. Thank you for the memories. Have a good night. If you haven't done so, make sure you guys smash that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share our content. It's the best way that you guys can support us here on the channel. And final thoughts, if you guys know anybody in higher up positions, or know a way that we can potentially acquire some equipment, yeah, let us know. Email us, Safford Hauling Services. There's an S at the end of services at gmail.com. And yeah, we appreciate everything. Everyone have a great night. Be good, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.